Okie dokie, boys and girls, it is New Year. Yes, Happy New Year. It's Christmas when I'm recording this video, but well, whether you have already started on your New Year's goals, in the previous year, or you're starting out right now and you waited until January 1st, I hope that you achieve your goals and, well, definitely let me know in the comments if you have any goals, what they are. But when it comes to achieving your goals, there is only one thing that's important to remember, and that is that you cannot fail if you continue trying. So even if you have experiences that feel like failure, like for example you're on a diet and you had a cheat day even though you didn't plan to, right? You only fail if you then give up in that moment and stop moving towards your goal. If you take it as a lesson, if you analyze it and then learn from it and take the experience into the future, that's when it becomes a lesson instead of a failure. And well, if you have enough failures or lessons, so to speak, eventually it's going to lead to success, whether it's this year or the next one or the one after that. There is no time limit to your goals. So keep trying. That's all I'm trying to say. As for me, it is day 10 of calisthenics endurance. I did not wait until the New Year's to start this series, but basically, today another 10-kilometer run has been completed, and I've really tried to focus on keeping the run easy. So even if, in the end, I always start to feel better and better in the run and I go faster and faster, today I tried to avoid it. So I kept a slow pace of about, 9 kilometers an hour, which is, as I mentioned, very slow. But my goal is to run far, not fast. So I guess I have to kind of move in line with that. And well, we are again another step closer to Shimanami Cycling Road, the 70-kilometer road in Japan that I'm trying to run in March. But yeah, as for today's training, we have a bit of a rest day when it comes to endurance. So I will not be doing any squats to strengthen my legs for the endurance. I will not be doing any push-ups to basically destroy my chest. Instead, I will be having my active rest day, which is the skills. And today again, I'm going to do probably about 8 sets in total for push and pull, and do some planche presses, maybe some other stuff as well. For the pull, I'm gonna see if I can do some more front lever and this and that. But today's skill day is kind of the easy skill day. Tomorrow's one will be a bit harder. But yeah, it's gonna be fun nonetheless, and I'm gonna see if basically I can be a little bit stronger than last time, because that's always the goal, right? You want to be a little bit better than last time, and sometimes you fail, sometimes you succeed, but you always try. So let's go, starting with some planche presses. I think I'm gonna go for 3 sets of 3 at first, and then perhaps 1 set of 4 after that, but we'll see what happens. Alright, front lever is going a little bit better, so I think I'm gonna do one more set of planche press and front lever. For the planche press, like I mentioned in the beginning, attempting to do 4 presses, which should be possible, but I feel a bit tired today as well. Maybe because I haven't had breakfast yet, but one more set of planche, one more set of front lever, trying to keep the intensity a bit low though, because I want to have more frequency in my skill training, so tomorrow I'm gonna train skills again, and basically in training you have 3 parameters. You have intensity, volume, and frequency, and if you play around with one of those 3 parameters, for example, you up the frequency, you're gonna have to lower 1 or 2 of the others. So let's go. Alright, I guess a hold afterwards is not happening today. Alright, 15 seconds, holy shit. I've definitely grown weaker due to the re-injury, but hey, once you have gains, or once you made gains, even if you lose them, muscle memory will be your friend. You can gain them back quicker than that you got them the first time. Alright, whew. Last couple sets here. I'm just gonna do some supine the planche attempts. I am not gonna do any pulling sets anymore because I feel like today the pain was way better than last time. But tomorrow I have another workout, so I wanna take today's stimulus and basically cash in already. Take the gains and not aggravate anything further or risk anything. Risk aggravating anything further, and basically have another chance at it tomorrow, because if I rest today and don't do any chin-ups or so anymore, I'm not gonna feel any more pain, and basically I feel like it's gonna allow me to recover better for tomorrow to do again front lever, right, and make even more progress. So just a couple more sets here of the supine and the planche, and then that will be it for today's workout. Okay, so that's gonna be it for today's training, and well, it was a short one, but that does not make it less meaningful than any other training. Because oftentimes when we start out on a new journey, we have a new goal, we are excited, right? We are excited and full of energy to start the new challenge. And that's because most of the time when we think of something to do, when we think of a new challenge, we do it at a time that we're sitting in the couch with all of this energy and we don't know how to spend it. So then we think like of some crazy thing to do, and then we actually go out there and do it or try and train for it. We spend all of our energy at once, and then once we are tired, that's when the questions pop up. Why did I want to do this in the first place? Can I even do this? And if you don't follow up on those questions in a good way, that's when you give up. So once it's not bad to be enthusiastic and start with lots of gusto, I'll say, right? It's a good thing, it's a useful experience, but I would say once you are tired and once you start questioning yourself, the first thing you have to realize is you don't have to do a lot, right? You just have to do something. You have to do small things, get small victories consistently on a long-term basis, and then eventually you'll get to your goal, because the small wins stack up into a very big one. So, for me as well, on the calisthenics journey, in the first week, in the first 5 days even, I went out there too hard, and then I got hurt, right? I started getting some issues with my hip, and then I realized, oh, right, I was a bit too excited. I have to make this sustainable. And once you realize that it doesn't take a lot, it just takes something consistent, right? That's when you can basically stack up the small beats. And by that I mean, like, for example, if you have this new goal of getting in shape, right? You want to get in shape and you're starting out from zero. If you did nothing yesterday, then all you have to do, like today, is like go out for a 5 minute walk, like do some push-ups. If you can't do some push-ups, basically like do them against the wall or something. Do an easier variation, but make some conscious action, because no matter how small the action is, if you do it with, as a conscious decision to get towards your goal, you're gonna learn something from it. And if you can learn from it, then you can also make improvements for the next time you do it. So let's say today you went out for a walk, 5 minutes. Even if it's super easy, you learn today that tomorrow you can go for for 6 minutes or even 10 minutes, right? You can do double, right? And every day you learn something new, you apply it, and you try something again. And sometimes it will be a pleasant experience, sometimes it will be quite a sucky experience, right? But it's important to always take the lesson and apply it to next time, because even if you have like you spend all of your effort in 3 days, right? You do your best for 3 days, and it's like the perfect workout regimen. If you quit after 3 days, it's not gonna be meaningful, right? So what you should do is make it sustainable so that you can do it in the long term, and that's where the real gains happen. That's called endurance, I guess, as well. But anyway, that's it for today's training. I'm gonna head downstairs and have some breakfast, enjoy a Christmas dinner afterwards, and well, I'll see you tomorrow for another skills day.